Hi, my name is Finn. I'm 15 years old. I'm from the United States, and I wanted to, I guess, just make a video. I've been thinking about, like, starting up a channel again, but, because it's been a long time. I used to upload videos on here, like, when I had my 10,000 gotcha faces, which is a little embarrassing to look back on, but I was having fun. I was, like, freaking 11 years old, so I don't care. But a lot has changed since then. I've come out as trans, which has been a really big journey for me, and I've had gains and losses. I've been in different relationships. I've had things happen in my family. So recently I've just started doing therapy again because I've been having a rough time since my grandma passed away in January. And even before that, when my cat passed away in October, because she's like my best friend. We're like this. And so I started trying to write down how I feel. I had this journal that because at night, right before I go to bed, I always just get really in my feelings, because, you know, when you're just sitting there trying to fall asleep, you can't really do anything but think. My hair looks like really big. So I've been trying to write it out and not dwell on everything so much. So, just a warning, this isn't really, like, typical stuff you may hear a 15-year-old talking about, but, I've had it rough recently, because in May, I found out that my girlfriend was cheating on me, which has been really terrible, and apparently she didn't ever actually like me, so... Anyways, last night, I guess technically this morning, because it was after midnight, I was getting my feelings about, you know, feeling, you know, not loved, or feeling like, you know, I'm only really... I feel like sometimes I just want people to lust after me, because I feel like it's easier than actually loving me, which again is really not something a 15-year-old should be doing, but I grew up, like, really fast, I think, and I'm a little bit up there in maturity also, because I skipped a grade, but, it's been this ongoing thing that I look for that whenever I feel like it's too hard to love me. So, I have my journal, and I wanted to read what I had written and talk about it. So, July 9th, 2025, 12:30 a.m. Honestly don't know what my deal is. I got a crazy amount of DMs from guys, and I did finish one, but I don't know why I do it. I don't even really get off from it. It just makes me feel attractive, I guess. It proves to me that people can be attracted to me, which is something I constantly doubt. Hang on, I'm thirsty, and then I had to go down and fill my water bottle. Okay, I'm not really in my feels right now. I'm sort of reflecting on a time where it's more of a I like to tell men what to do, and less I'm desperate for any crumb of attention or love anyone will give me. I don't always hate myself when I do it. I usually just wish it was Hayden. So I really hope he, honestly, I do hope he sees this video, because it has kind of a message for him. I had this really, like, after I broke up with my girlfriend, I had my girlfriend Ariana in December of last year. I got into this kind of damaging, not exactly relationship, but blurring the lines with this guy named Hayden, who I met online. And I mean, obviously we, like, never really met, but, you know, there is definitely some emotional intimacy there that it was hard to ignore. But it started off just like what I would be doing talking to any other guy. But usually after they just, like, don't, you know, need to hear about me as a person, they don't really care, and they just leave me alone. But he actually, like, said, you know, he kept talking to me, like, he wanted to get to know me, and, you know, I think kind of fallen in love with him, because we were talking for a few months. But it was very on again, off again, which had been such a difficult experience. So, anyways, I usually just wish it was Hayden, who I actually haven't been super upset about today on the 7th, because I was, like, really, really upset about it. You know, thinking about because he turned into kind of a dick at the end. Like, he was really dry and not talking to me, and being rude to me. But at the beginning, he was, like, really nice and loving to me, so I was just thinking about that. I'm still working on manifesting him back into my life. I've just been, like, you know, I don't really, like, I'm not into him anymore, because obviously we haven't talked for a few months. We actually haven't talked since, I think, my grandma's funeral, which was in February. But, I had just kind of wanted to talk to him and see how he was doing, because I know his, like, dad wasn't doing super well, and also, you know, I was just, like, I had missed him. But no one will ever, trying to replace him is part of why I do it, but no one will ever treat me the same as he did. I wish I'd held on longer, but then again, I'm stuck on the Hayden at the beginning, not the Hayden I left. There were absolutely reasons to leave. I can see past them now because I'm not in the state I was in at that point. But ask December me what he thinks and he'll break down in tears. It's hard to accept that he's changed and I haven't, but also, I have. I feel bad, honestly. I was coming and going and it hurt him a lot. But I also wouldn't have felt the need to go if he had been treating me right. I'd like to just start over again with him, but I know that's not possible. I always tell myself, you can go back to the past, but no one else will be there. I have changed. That's why I left in the first place, and that's why I miss it now. If I hadn't, I'd still hate him for the way he treated me. I'm distant from the situation now, and I'm looking at only the little bits that kept me around that long. He loved me, I loved him, but it wasn't working. He was ultimately more mature than I was at the time. I am not innocent in that situation. Fans were doing here. I had a lot going on in my life at the time, and was hurting him without seeing it. Part of it is the complex I have. I feel like people should always forgive me, even though I don't always forgive them. I'm no better than anyone else. Sure, he also treated me shittily, but it was the right thing for him to do what he did and distance himself. I don't hold it against him. I'd just like to talk to him again and try to start over again, like I said. He's out there, he knows I exist, and if he wants to, he'll come back. He knows where to find me. I hope your dad is doing well. I wish nothing but the best for you. It is 12:48 a.m., and I forgive you. So, as you can see, it was kind of like late at night. Now it's going through it a little bit. I don't even know if I'm going to read the entry from the night before that, because I was like really, really upset and hating myself and all that. But also, sorry if I say and like a lot. This is going to be unedited because I'm a bum. So, you know, like I said, it was good at the beginning, but then when he started, like, you know, I felt not really living up to what I needed him to be doing, which was like texting me back instead of playing video games all day. God, it makes me look like I have a unibrow. I don't have a unibrow, guys. Don't hate on me. But, you know, I feel like it was really good at the beginning, and that's what I was holding on to. I only really started thinking about him again because I was looking through my old pictures, and I had screenshots of the messages he sent me, and in one of them, you know, I said, when I had left him for the first time, and then I was in the same server as him again, and he just texted me, you know, like, I'll miss you. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I'll miss you too. And I was kind of trying to start over. Like, I still had feelings for him, I still loved him, but I didn't want to be in a place where I was lowering my standards for that. Then again, having high standards is kind of a thing you do when you have options, and I didn't really have options, because, you know, I was struggling at that time, and I just wanted to be able to, you know, have someone there, even the slightest bit there, which obviously he wasn't all there, but he once said, like, because, you know, I told him, like, you don't have to say you love me, like, you told me yourself that it's not, that I've, like, damaged your trust, and he's like, you know, you don't know anything, and I don't care if you, I don't care if you do, you don't have to think it, but you don't know how easily I fell in love with you, and if you can't see that, maybe you are right about ruining things, and that really hurt my feelings. Like, the next picture I think I have is just of me crying, but I think if it was meant to last, it would have. I mean, I don't really believe in God or anything, that's kind of like a whole complicated subject for me, but I do believe in fate, and I think if it's meant to be, it'll be. If it's not meant to be, then it won't. So I think if it was going to work between us, it would have. And I mean, I know he's still out there. You know, he's out there somewhere in Michigan. I don't really know like where he lives, but I know he lives in Michigan. He told me the last time I talked to him that his dad was dying, and he had cancer, and it was really bad. So I had wanted to, I guess in part of that, I wanted to express my condolences for that, because I don't know how his dad's doing. I don't know how he's doing. But, you know, like I said, if he wants to talk to me again, then I think he will. And he knows where to contact me. He knows where to find me. So I think it's really up to him at this point. And I know I've hurt him, and so he deserves to have the option to not come back and not just do it out of pity. Because like I said, I think everyone should forgive me for what I've done, even though I don't forgive them for everything they've done to me. So that's kind of a complex that I need to get over. Is that I see myself as more innocent than I actually am, even though I do know that I hurt him in that situation, by being kind of the one who initiated the on again, off again. But, you know, I don't really have a lot more thoughts than what I already said. I'm just going to be beating a dead horse or repeating myself over and over again, but, so that was kind of like that was a hurtful situation for me, and I'm glad it's over. You know, like I said, I can look at the good parts of it now and miss that, but I don't miss, you know, the way he used to never talk to me and would never text me first, and, you know, just didn't really appear to actually like me all that much. God, I look like I have a really round face right now. I don't. But, you know, I wouldn't have left if there was no reason to. So I think I did that partly out of self-respect, and just because I don't see that part now doesn't mean it didn't happen. So, yeah. Okay, love you guys. Don't forget to smile. Anyways, I would also maybe like to play you a song. Look, I collect bottle caps, and I like to make them into pins. And this one was my grandma's brooch. She really, really, really loved dragonflies, so she had a bunch of stuff with dragonflies on it, and that was like her whole thing. So I'm trying to find my pick. Also, I'm not wearing my necklace right now, but I have her ashes in this necklace, and then I have my cat's ashes in this necklace, which I actually had to do myself. With my grandma, the funeral home did it for her, or the people who cremated her did it for her, or for us. So, ew. I was gonna play Crime, but I don't think I will, because, I mean, you might not be able to hear me. I don't know. I think I will. I like that song. And I've been working on it a lot recently, so this is Crime by Alex G. Also, I've only been playing for like a year, and I'm self-taught, so don't judge me. thank you for coming to my TED Talk. If you made it this far, I love you.